Hi, and welcome back to another video for Your Soul Evolution. If you're new to my channel, please make sure to check the description box. I've created a free guided meditation MP3 that will help to raise your vibration. Why are we here? Have you ever sat and pondered on why we are here having this earth experience? I'm sure at some point we have all questioned why we're here, what are we doing, what is the purpose of this life? Today I wanted to share some of my thoughts on this, and although it's not the most popular opinion, I always and will continue to follow my own truth, and I hope you do that as well, and always be aware of what truly resonates with you and feels right to you. So a while back I created a video on if we are truly living in a more spiritual time, in a more spiritual time than we've ever seen before. And if you watch that video, then you know I do not believe that we are living in a more spiritual time or a more spiritual age than we've ever seen before. Because I do not believe that was ever the intent. I believe that we come to earth to experience things that we cannot experience in our natural vibration, where we truly come from. We come from unconditional love. We have no form, we have no bodies, we are pure consciousness, and so therefore we come here to experience things and to develop and learn and grow and return back to where we came from. We cannot experience things like anger, jealousy, sadness, courage, frustration. We cannot experience any of those things where we come from. Planet Earth provides opportunities for us to experience those things and learn from them and evolve. It is truly a journey back to ourselves. We come in as pure unconditional love. Some say we go through a veil of forgetfulness so that we don't remember where we came from, because if we did remember where we came from, that would really take away from this earth experience. We would not want to be here. We would want to constantly be going back there. So we forget that information so that we can focus more on this human life experience. We start out as unconditional love. We start out whole and complete. We come here to experience things, and hopefully sometime throughout this experience remember who we truly are. Everything we do now reflects into your afterlife. We take our beliefs with us. We take our entire state of consciousness back with us when we transition back over. So the more we are able to connect to the true essence, the core of who we truly are in this life, the more that you open up that inner pathway to experience more when you return back to your original form. So this earth is simply a training ground. And for a lot of us, it is a pretty harsh training ground. For those of us who are unaware that we create our own reality, that the universe is responding to our thoughts, our words, our actions. For people who do not come to that realization, this is a pretty rough place to be. But if all of a sudden everyone was spiritual, everyone knew they were creating their own reality, everyone knew we were limitless beings, everyone was meditating, everyone was doing all the things that we perceive as spiritual, that would defeat the purpose, because we are here simply to learn, grow, evolve, and move on. As I said, we're not here to make this heaven on earth so that we can stay here. We're here to learn what we need to and move on. Thinking that we can create heaven on earth here shows an enormous attachment to the physical, to our physical bodies. Because we want everything right here, right now. We're basically saying, well, I like it right here. I like who I am. I like my life experience that I'm having, and I want to make all of it right here on earth. And that is just simply not the intent. This is a training ground. We must keep this in mind. This is temporary. This body, it could go away at any time. This is not you. Your physical body will someday pass away and your consciousness will live on. So that's what we need to be focusing on, is evolving our consciousness. Your beliefs, you will take your beliefs with you, whatever those may be. That's why it's so important to work on what we truly believe and make sure that it is our own beliefs, because you're going to take that with you. I have mentioned William Buhlman in a lot of my videos. He is so knowledgeable. He's been studying out-of-body experiences and astral travel and all of those things for many, many years. He knows everything there is to know. And he had such a valid point. He said, if the earth was destroyed right now, if the earth was completely and totally destroyed, no one would die. No one has ever died. We are not biological beings. It would not matter if our physical bodies were destroyed. We would live on. Our consciousness would live on. No one has ever died. Think about that. That's pretty mind-boggling if you really sit and think on that. No one has ever died. No one in your life has ever truly died. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only go into another form, and that is what has happened to all the people from our past that have crossed over. And we know that this is not the only reality. There are billions of other realities. There are many, many other planets. We're not the only ones out here. There's a trillion other galaxies. It's our human thoughts that narrow it down into this little box. That is our human-based thinking that tells us that Earth is the only place that people are existing on. Maybe when you transition from this life, you go to another planet called Murph. Not Earth, but Murph. I mean, we don't know. We just know that we return back to unconditional love. We have no form. We have to lose some of the attachment to the physical. I find it very easy to spend a lot of time and put a lot of effort into posting things on my social media about the corrupt government, about vaccines, about the healthcare system that we have here in the US, all the political stuff. I mean, you can spend so much time on that stuff, but you have to remember that that is all physical attachment to this earth. We would do well to spend more of our time connecting to our true self, working on raising our own vibration, working on healing things within us that we have received during this life experience. So that way, when we make our exit, we're not carrying all of that garbage and heaviness with us. Because as I said, you take your entire state of consciousness and whatever that may include. If you've got anger, bitterness, all of that, you're going to take that with you. Spending time getting all worked up over things in here in the physical, that is not going to benefit you ultimately. That will do nothing for you. As I've said in many videos, the best, most efficient way for you to help the planet, help other people, whatever you have a desire to do, is simply to work on yourself. Heal the things within yourself. Explore who you are on that soul level, the core essence of who you are. That is how you will be most beneficial to those around you and to your consciousness, so that when you do transition back, you are carrying all of that with you and not garbage. So I believe this is a journey back to ourselves. We come in with unconditional love. We come in whole and complete already. We possibly go through some kind of veil of forgetfulness so that we can focus more on being in the present moment here and living this life experience to the fullest. We go through different things to learn, evolve, and grow. But ultimately, I believe that we are here to discover who we truly are on that core level evolve and move on. It is not to create a panacea here on earth, because that would just reiterate that we are physical, and we are not physical. We want to learn the things that we need to know here and now and move on and use what we learned in our next transition. We are not physical beings. We are not biological beings. And it's very easy to get caught up in physical things here on earth. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to explore these things. But at the end of the day, we must also remember that we cannot attach ourselves to things like that, because that's not truly who we are. And I believe if we can keep that always in the back of our minds, that will definitely help us through this life experience. When you get really upset because people are flocking to go get their flu shots, remember, they're having their own personal journey. They're on their own experience. And ultimately, that's not going to matter. I hope this video helps you. If you know someone who would benefit from it, please share it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Until then, I'll see you on the next video.